Sorry about that, but we are back. Thank you for coming back, and we are going to take some questions. Hopefully you can see the screen, and I'll give people a couple of minutes to trickle in. I'll see if I can go to the university, and Zoom will give us a little copy, which is not a bad thing. That way we can keep our recordings kind of straight, but we'll see if we have any questions about absolute value. We're almost wrapping up P1. Let's see what other, I'm not getting rid of this, okay? So if you're coming up with a question, totally fine. Oh, that's all we kind of need to know. I'm going to do a couple of problems from your book, but I'm going to let people trickle in. So again, what did we learn today? We learned sets, S-E-T-S, intersection, union, absolute value. And we're going to do some problems, and we'll do some of these. This is not difficult, guys. So, all right, guys, let's start. Going back to our slide, any questions on absolute value, guys? All right, if you don't have any questions, guys, I'm going to get rid of it. And you can always come back and say, what did you do then? Now I have to recreate the slide, and I'll be happy to do it, not a problem. All right, guys, so let's do a problem. This is not difficult. These are actually fairly easy. I'm going to do the last two. Okay, they are probably the ugliest. All right, so these are problems from P1. All right, so I'm going to do number 9. What does it look like? All they're saying, another thing, guys, when you take the quiz, or not quizzes, exams, this is the language I'm going to use. Evaluate the algebraic expression for the given value. When you do the problem, make sure you read the language. It's in your book. I'm going to stick to the language used in your book or in our book. So make sure you know. Otherwise, in class, I know you won't be able to ask me questions during the exam because I won't be there physically. In class, so what do you mean? I generally don't explain because it's exactly in the book. You want to read it. So what they're saying, so you want to make sure you read it. We want to evaluate the expression, and the values are given. How do we do that? So I'm going to do number 9. First, 4 plus 5. I'm going to write the original expression first. Okay, before we do this, if I ask you to find 2 to the power 3, we're going to talk about it extensively a little later, maybe in P2. But for now, it's something you've done in 8th grade, 8th grade, 7th grade. 2 to the power 3 is simply 2 times 2 times 2. One way to say it is 2 written 3 times and multiplied. Okay, that's what we mean by this. So let's go back. And they're saying x is 9. All you have to do is replace x with 9. 4 plus 5. If x is 9, replace x with 9. Remember, PEMDAS, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. You have to do parentheses first, then exponents. Instead of 9 minus 7, I'm going to write 2. And I'm going to do it like this. You could have put a multiplication sign here. That would be totally fine. Remember, guys, 2 to the power 3 right here. Of course, you can use your calculator. And it's going to be 4 plus 5. And you can put parentheses, multiplication sign. It doesn't matter. Remember, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Multiplication goes first, even though it may follow the addition sign. Multiplication is done first. Let's pause here a little bit and see what people think. Go ahead, give it a shot. I could barely hear you. Anybody follows me? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Do we get to move on, guys? You have to somehow give me a little bit of feedback if somebody's
Yeah, we can move on.
good, good. Thank you
Yes.
for responding. If somebody is following, they can always say, give me 2 minutes. That's totally okay. And I'll wait for that person. Okay. And we're gonna kind of learning how we can communicate with each other. Good. Now, if you are okay, of course, it's being recorded. Is that okay if I erase 9 and do 10? Or you want me to leave it here?
You can erase 9.
Yeah, you can erase them.
Good, good. It's a little less distraction. I like it when the board is clean. And sometimes when you're comfortable, you can always do some of these things too. You can use the annotation pencil and kind of write. Your writing won't be pretty, but we'll bear with it. Okay, the next one, kind of the same thing. 10, 6 plus 5x minus 6 to the power 3. We're going to say 6 plus 5. I'm going to replace x with 8. And remember, I have to work on parentheses first. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally allows me to do this. Excuse stands for exponents. 2 to the power 3 is an exponent, and we know it's 8. And just to make things a little different, I'm going to write a multiplication sign. You can put parentheses, not a problem. 5 times 8 is 40, plus 6 is 46. That's my answer. So that's one chunk of problems. I'll do a few more. We did lose a little bit of time, and I don't like to keep people in class. I hope this won't happen too often, but actually let's do this. Let's do this. Let's pause here a little bit. And the problem is there, I didn't erase it. So I would encourage you to try the stuff from P1. I'll do some of this next class instead of rushing through. I'll do a few more. But right here, you shouldn't have any trouble with these problems. We have done them. I will do 1 or 2. Absolute value, you shouldn't have a lot of trouble. But again, I will do a few more, but I'll do it next class. Let's take some questions if you have any questions. We have like 5 more minutes. We'll see if you have any questions.
I don't have any, really.
Okay, so here's the deal, guys. Don't leave yet, but feel free to leave after I wrap up. Try to do P1. Okay, I think you should be ready. You will encounter a couple that look ugly, but don't worry. I will work on them on Monday. I will take some of the problems from our text, the harder ones, and do a little more examples in class. So things will gel, but some of you will be able to do it. I know. Remember, P means preliminary. They really know, we kind of know these things. So we'll call it a day. Again, sorry about the little interruption we had. I will always try to come. I'll see if I go to the university if things are a little better. I will try to do it on Monday. I'll try to go to the university, but we'll see. Have a good day, guys.
You too, Professor.
Okay, thank you very much.
You too.
Thank you. All right, Rylan, I'll see you next class.